diving into some Fusion World today. Appreciate you guys coming through for this. I really do. Yeah, went to locals today. We vamped up our cell deck for anyone that didn't see, and guess what? We got top 8. Now, real quick. Granted, there was 8 of us, but hold on, wait a second. I did win a game, which was really fire, and we'll talk about that. 1 of 3, and then yeah. So this was like the last of the tournaments or whatever they were doing for this card, and obviously the prize card at the end for the winner. So they just ended up giving them to the 8 people that showed up because it's a smaller locals, which is cool. Normally, I think they give it to the top 4 instead if it's a smaller amount of people showing up. But regardless, they gave it to us. Now, granted, I did win a game today. We did kick some ass. Also, almost won a game against Frieza. It was crazy. But yeah, for anyone that didn't see it, here it is. This is our top 8 prize. Really freaking fire here. I'm gonna pull it out of the sleeve. Second form Frieza. This is actually a staple in the Frieza deck. So, and Frieza's so OP. So if I ever do end up making a Frieza deck, this will be a fire addition to it. But yeah, second form Frieza, very cool, very cool. And then, yeah, so for anybody that didn't see, we pulled this alt art leader cell out of our booster boxes. Go check out the video. And we got our alternate art leader. So we ran cell, we perfected it. I got some additions to it, and we're gonna show it off a little bit, the strat that we used. And man, I had some good games, bro. I was still making some misplays, still learning a little bit here and there, but it was still really fun. Let's see here. Yeah, alt art leader cell. This guy was a super fire pull. Glad we're sticking with green. Glad we're not just dipping off to the OP decks, you know what I mean? More than anything, I've had this deck built from the start more or less like this, but I did get a nice flow and play style from watching other people use cell. Kind of an uncommon leader. But yeah, so diving through it, basically we've got, we'll start with this. So yeah, we have these 1-drop Gokus, very simple cards. You play them, you draw a card. Very simple. Very good in green decks. I think you run this in every green deck. You just draw a card, get through your cards faster. We have this Gohan. He searches Saiyan cards, which can be really good for our extra cards and other things like that, depending on the cost, obviously. These Bulmas are also 1-drops. Basically, these 1-drops just search our deck, which is really nice, as well as these Krillin. So this was a newer addition that I actually think is pretty fire. Because basically, here's the flow of this deck before we dive into the whole thing on it. So basically, the whole thing this deck is based off of is Cell Games Arena and 8-drop Cell, right? And basically what's really cool about... So you can only run this card under Cell, right? He's the only leader you can run this card under. And if you're not running it... If you're running this 8-drop Cell in any other deck, he's hard to manage because you have to remove 3 energy from your current energy. You have to discard it, so you go from 8 charged energy to 5 in order to play him. But that's where the flow of this deck comes into play. So basically you have Cell Games Arena out. The turn you play Cell, you go down to 5, but then you can tap Cell, go to 6, tap this, go to 7, and then the following turn you can just play another Cell. That's kind of the flow of it. So basically the entire deck is this Krillin can search out the Cell Game Arenas, or it could even search these really broken 18s that I need to get more copies of, man. I really need more copies of them. That's another way to improve the deck for sure. This 18 is all about drawing cards, so she's really good. But yeah, we can search for 18s or extra cards with that Krillin. These are really good. Cell Juniors, you can play these for free if Cell's on the field, and you get to pull extra cards from your graveyard, which obviously I'm sure any green player knows. This card's a pretty big staple in green. It's a 1-drop 25k bonus to any you or your cards, you know. So really good. You get this back and just drop it even more than 3 times. This is also a really good ramp card. But yeah, Cell Games Arena, those are the extra cards. Those are the super combos. That's really basically the entire deck. That's the flow of it, right? You're just ramping up to Cell Games Arena, or ramping up to Cell as quick as possible. And then yeah, we've got these 3-drop Trunkses, if you guys haven't seen. Very clean alternate art. Works really well with ramping with the Gohan. A little bit of board control here and there. I think I'm going to get rid of these Double Strike Androids, and I think I'm actually going to swap in the 10k combo Double Strike Gohans, for anyone that knows. Because, man, I was losing games. The games I lost is because I didn't have combos. The games I lost, I could have comboed and saved my life and kept playing, but I had these 0 combos and extra cards like this one in my hand. It was such a waste, bro. 7 cards that could not help me. I might drop this down to 1. Very clean Gohan, SCR. He's a staple in all my green decks. So good. And then the Cells and some Brolys. I might even go down to just 1 Broly in the deck. But yeah, that's basically the flow of it, man. Cell Games Arena, drop a Cell. Next turn we do it again. Next turn we do it again. And every time you play a Cell, you gain a life. Oh my god, so broken. Remove cards from the field. 40k, 45k. He's a sick card. He's a sick card. It's been a fun deck. I have a version of it online that's not complete, but I was able to practice with. So yeah, that's the deck right there. Cell Games Arena, man. It's fun as hell. But yeah, I might play Cell one more time. Might experiment a little bit more with it, change it up a little bit, and then have some fun with Goku Black. That's kind of the plan. But yeah, won 1 against Beerus. Lost 1 against Frieza, which is not surprising, I'm sure, at all. Frieza destroys me in a lot of other decks. And then I lost 1 against Trunks, but I kind of lost that to myself, I feel like. I played that terribly. Bad cards in my deck, etc. But yeah, I had a really fun time. Again, if anyone missed it, top 8 card that I won at locals. Very clean. I'll take it. I'll take it. Did I just get it when I walked in? Yes. But did I win it? Yes. Anyways, but yeah, that was the locals, boys. Good times. Good times. But yeah, this was the deck all laid out here. I think literally take these 3 out. The deck is already doing so much better with any other combo options, you know, because those 0 combos are deadly. Maybe throw in 1 more Cell Jr. That could have been a good play. I had 2 of these. One of the dudes there actually lent me one, which is really cool. He was running the Trunks deck anyway, so he didn't need green that day. He didn't have one to trade away or sell, so yeah, I had 2 in the deck at the moment. With 3 Krillins, I'll probably up this to 3 total. We're going to see what's good. 4 Gokus, obviously. Again, these guys are staples. And I think these guys allow me to run those Double Strike Gohans no problem, because that's how you get the Double Strike. I've got 3 Gigantic Meteors. I think that's okay. I don't think I want more or less destructive strengths. And I have 4 Cell Games Arenas, just because I need... Like this card is like if I don't draw this in the first 5 turns, which you should be drawing this in the first 5 turns with this deck, you lose. So that's why I have 4 in there. I feel like maybe I could get away with 3, but I don't know. Also, like, nobody has an ability to remove these from the field yet, so I'm hoping set 3 doesn't really introduce that too much either. But yeah, Cell Games Arenas and then super combos, those don't really matter too much. But yeah, that was the deck all in all. Like I said, I'll be changing it up, experimenting. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know, changes. If you're watching this on YouTube, definitely comment any changes to the deck you would make, any highly recommended cards. I feel like Big Bang Attack could be a really good one in this deck as well. Oh, because that's another good thing I should also mention as well as part of that Cell ramp. Because you, when you're ramping in that little combo, let's see, you drop Cell, you go to 5 energy, you tap Cell because you're at 5 now, and you're able to go to 6. That turn that you're at 6, you have 1 usable energy as well. So you can do things with this card, or you could do things with the Big Bang Attack. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. You got to get the perfect hand. You got to get the perfect flow, obviously. But man, when you get it, it works. Also, online, it's been doing really good against androids, which is a really popular deck. So I don't know, man. Keep your eye on Cell, bro. We're slowly improving the Cell deck. We're slowly improving it. Like and subscribe. Much love.